You are sitting on your couch, scrolling through your phone, while your dog is lying across the room, watching you with that steady, unblinking gaze. To you, it's just a quiet Tuesday evening, but inside your dog's mind, a complex evaluation is taking place. They are monitoring the tilt of your head, the rhythm of your breathing, and even the micro-tensions in your shoulders. We often think of ourselves as the teachers in the relationship, the ones who set the house rules and issue the commands. But the truth is, your dog has a set of house rules for you, too. These aren't written in a manual, and they aren't barked out in the middle of the night. They are the unspoken rules of canine etiquette, a series of social expectations that every dog wishes their human understood. When we break these rules, it creates a static in our relationship, leading to confusion, anxiety, and those stubborn behaviors that drive us crazy. But when we follow them, it's like a light switch flips. Today, we are diving into the secret social contract of the dog world, exploring the unspoken rules your dog expects you to follow, and showing you how to become the fluent partner your dog has been waiting for. The very first unspoken rule, and perhaps the most important one, is the rule of consistency. Dogs live in a world of patterns. They are literally the best if-then processors on the planet. If I sit, then I get a treat. If the leash comes out, then we go for a walk. But many humans are consistently inconsistent. We let the dog on the couch on Friday night because we want to cuddle, but then we scold them for being on the couch on Monday morning because we have guests over. To a dog, this is absolute chaos. They don't understand special occasions. They don't understand that your mood changed or that you're wearing nice pants today. For a dog, a rule is only a rule if it is true 100% of the time. When you break the rule of consistency, you aren't being flexible. You are being untrustworthy in their eyes. They stop looking to you for guidance because the guidance is unreliable. To follow your dog's unspoken rule, you must pick a lane and stay in it. If the kitchen is a no-go zone, it's always a no-go zone. Consistency is the foundation of canine safety. Next is the rule of the nose. We perceive the world through a visual lens. We see a park and think, what a beautiful green space. But your dog smells a park and thinks, what a fascinating history book. Their sense of smell is their primary way of gathering information. One of the biggest mistakes we make is pulling our dogs away from a sniffing session because we are in a hurry to finish the walk. Imagine if you were reading a really intense mystery novel, and just as you were about to find out who did it, someone snatched the book out of your hand and closed it. That is what it feels like for a dog when you jerk the leash while they are investigating a tree. Their unspoken rule is, give me time to read the news. A sniffery walk, where you let the dog lead with their nose, is often more tiring and satisfying for them than a 5-mile run. By respecting the nose, you are respecting their primary sense and allowing them to be dog-like in a human-dominated world. Then there is the rule of personal space. Just because your dog loves you doesn't mean they want you in their face every second of the day. There is an unspoken expectation that the safe zone, their bed, their crate, or that specific corner of the room they retire to, is a no-fly zone for humans. Many people, and especially children, make the mistake of approaching a dog while they are resting or sleeping. This can trigger a startle reflex. In dog culture, if a member of the pack moves away to sleep, the rest of the pack respects that boundary. When we follow them, hug them while they're sleeping, or disturb their rest, we are violating a major social boundary. Your dog expects you to let them have their off time. By giving them space, you are actually building a stronger bond because they know they can truly relax around you without having to guard their peace. We also have to talk about the rule of hand signals over verbal commands. We are a vocal species. We talk to our dogs in full paragraphs, explaining why they shouldn't bark at the mailman, or why they should wait for their food. But to a dog, our constant chatter is mostly blah blah blah. Their primary language is body language. If your verbal command says sit, but your body is leaning forward or shifting weight, the dog is going to follow your body every time. They expect you to be concise. They wish we would stop talking so much and start using our hands and posture more effectively. An unspoken rule in their world is, watch what I do, not just what I say. If you want to communicate better, try spending an entire afternoon training with your dog using 0 words. You will be amazed at how much louder your body language becomes once you stop relying on your voice. A very subtle but vital expectation is the rule of the calm leader. In a dog pack, the individual in charge isn't the most aggressive or the loudest. They are the calmest. Tension in a human is like a scent that a dog can smell from a mile away. If you are anxious, frustrated, or rushing, your dog picks up on that frequency instantly. Their unspoken rule is, if you aren't calm, I can't be calm. We often see owners yelling at their dogs to calm down while the owner themselves is vibrating with stress. This is a total disconnect. Your dog expects you to provide the emotional temperature of the room. When you remain calm in a stressful situation, like at the vet or when another dog barks, you are following their rule of leadership. You are telling them, I've got this, you don't need to worry. The rule of the ending is another one that many humans break. Dogs are incredibly sensitive to transitions. One of the most common ways we frustrate our dogs is by ending a fun activity abruptly and then ignoring them. For example, you play a high-energy game of fetch, and then suddenly you say, okay, all done, and walk inside to check your email. This leaves the dog in a state of arousal with no cooldown. Their unspoken rule is, let me down easy. A better way is to transition from high-energy play to a scatters game, where you toss some kibble in the grass for them to find. This moves them from high-energy eyes to calming nose work, allowing their heart rate to drop. By providing a finish to the activity, you are following the rules of canine closing time. Let's discuss the rule of fair communication. Dogs have a very clear hierarchy of warning signals. They might start with a lick of the lips, then a turn of the head, then a stiffening of the body, and finally a low growl. Many humans make the mistake of scolding the growl. We think we are stopping aggression, but in reality, we are removing a vital communication tool. If you punish a dog for growling, you haven't fixed the feeling that led to the growl. You've just taken away the alarm system. The dog still feels uncomfortable, but now they think they aren't allowed to tell you. This is how bites that come out of nowhere happen. The dog's unspoken rule is, listen to my whispers so I don't have to scream. Your dog expects you to notice the lip lick and the yawn of stress, and to help them out of the situation before it escalates. Another huge one is the rule of context. We often expect our dogs to perform a trick or follow a command anywhere, anytime. We think, he sits at home, why won't he sit at the busy park? To a dog, sit in the quiet living room is a completely different command than sit in a park full of squirrels and running children. They expect us to understand that generalization is hard for them. Their unspoken rule is, help me win by making it easy first. If you want your dog to listen in a busy environment, you have to train the environment, not just the command. Your dog expects you to be their advocate, to realize when they are over threshold and overwhelmed, rather than just calling them stubborn. The rule of the schedule is also something dogs cling to. While they can't tell time on a digital clock, they have an internal circadian rhythm that is incredibly accurate. They know when walk time is approaching based on the angle of the sun and the routine of your day. Their unspoken rule is, predictability equals safety. When we drastically change the schedule without warning, it can be very unsettling for a dog. Obviously, life happens and schedules change, but try to keep the anchors of their day, feeding and the first/last walks, as consistent as possible. This routine is the backbone of a dog's mental health. It reduces decision fatigue for them because they know what is coming next. Next is the rule of meaningful interaction. A lot of us are guilty of passive parenting. We sit in the same room as our dog, but we are looking at our phones, the TV, or our laptops. To a dog, being in the same room isn't the same as being together. Their unspoken rule is, give me your eyes. Even 5 minutes of active engagement, where you are looking at them, playing with them, or practicing a new skill, is worth 5 hours of just sitting in the same house. Dogs are social obligate creatures. They need the connection to thrive. They expect a check-in throughout the day where you acknowledge their presence with intention. This reinforces their place in the pack and gives them a sense of belonging. The rule of the leash is another classic area for misunderstanding. To a dog, the leash is a telephone wire that transmits your emotions directly to their collar. If you see another dog and instinctively tighten the leash and hold your breath, you are phoning your dog and saying, watch out, danger is coming. Their unspoken rule is, don't tell me to be afraid. Your dog expects a loose leash because it signals that you are relaxed. A tight leash physically prevents the dog from using their natural flight response, which often forces them into a fight or reactive response. By keeping the leash loose and your energy neutral, you are following the rules of safe social navigation. We also have the rule of the mouth. For us, hands are our primary tools. For a dog, it's the mouth. Boredom in a dog often manifests as mouthiness, chewing the furniture, nipping at ankles, or carrying around your shoes. Their unspoken rule is, if you don't give me something to do with my mouth, I'll find something. Dogs have a biological need to chew and explore with their muzzles. It releases endorphins and helps them relax. Your dog expects a variety of appropriate mouthwork, chew toys, frozen licking mats, or crinkle toys. When we provide these, we are satisfying an ancient evolutionary itch. When we don't, we can't be surprised when the rug starts to disappear. One of the most misunderstood rules is the rule of proper greeting. Humans greet each other head-on, with direct eye contact and a hand reach toward the face. In dog culture, this is incredibly rude and aggressive. A polite dog greeting involves moving in a curve, avoiding direct eye contact, and sniffing the rear or the side. Their unspoken rule is, don't loom over me. They expect a side-on approach. When we bend over a dog to pet their head, we are violating their basic rules of etiquette. To be dog polite, you should crouch down, turn your body to the side, and let them come to you. By waiting for their consent to be touched, you are following the highest rule of social respect in the canine world. Then there is the rule of the walk, being for them asterisk, not for asterisks, you asterisks. We often view the walk as a task to be completed, a loop around the block for exercise. But for the dog, the walk is their only chance to interface with the wider world. Their unspoken rule is, let me explore. If you spend the whole walk on your phone, dragging them along while you listen to a podcast, you are essentially taking them on a sensory deprivation trip. Your dog expects you to be a part of the walk. Stop when they stop. Watch what they're watching, and be present in their joy. This shared experience is where the deepest level of bond building happens. The rule of the guilty look is a major area of human error. When you come home and find a mess, and your dog slinks away with their ears back and a guilty expression, they aren't actually feeling guilty. Dogs do not have a concept of moral right and wrong in the way we do. They are masters of appeasement. They see your angry face and your aggressive body language, and they are saying, I can see you are mad and I am trying to make you calm down. Their unspoken rule is, don't blame me for something I did 3 hours ago. Because they live in the now, they cannot connect your current anger with an action they took earlier in the day. Your dog expects you to manage their environment so they can't fail, rather than punishing them for a past they've already forgotten. Let's discuss the rule of emotional honesty. You cannot lie to a dog. You can say good boy in a sweet voice, but if you are actually feeling frustrated or disappointed, the dog will react to the feeling, not the words. Their unspoken rule is, be real with me. They expect an alignment between your internal state and your external signals. This is why dogs are often used as therapy animals. They respond to the core of the person. If you are having a bad day, it's actually better to be honest about it. Your dog will appreciate the clarity. Trying to fake a mood just creates static and confusion in their mind. The rule of the job is also fundamental. Every dog breed was historically created to do something: herding, guarding, fetching, or just being a lap warmer. When a dog has no outlet for these instincts, they become frustrated. Their unspoken rule is, give my life a purpose. This doesn't mean you need to buy a flock of sheep. It means you need to find surrogate jobs. A game of find the treat is a hunting job. A game of fetch is a retrieving job. A long hike is a patrol job. Your dog expects you to understand their biological heritage and provide ways for them to work for their living. This purpose is what leads to a satisfied, sleepy dog at the end of the day. Another unspoken expectation is the rule of choice. We dictate every aspect of a dog's life: when they eat, where they sleep, and when they go outside. This can lead to something called learned helplessness, where the dog loses their spark of agency. Their unspoken rule is, let me have a say. You can give your dog choice in small ways. Let them choose which way to turn on the walk. Let them choose between 2 different toys. Let them choose which bed they want to sleep in. These small micro-choices build confidence and make the dog feel like a partner in the relationship, rather than just a subordinate. The rule of proper socialization is often misunderstood by humans as making my dog meet everyone. To a dog, socialization doesn't mean interaction, it means observation. Their unspoken rule is, don't force me to be social. Many people force their dogs to say hi to every strange dog or human they meet. This is the equivalent of a stranger in a grocery store forcing you to hug them. It's weird and stressful. Your dog expects you to be their bodyguard. They expect you to say no to people who want to pet them when the dog is clearly uncomfortable. Real socialization is being able to sit calmly in a busy place and watch the world go by without feeling the need to react. The rule of the soft hand is about our physical touch. Many humans have a heavy way of petting, thumping the dog's side or ruffling their head vigorously. While some dogs learn to enjoy this, most find it overstimulating. Their unspoken rule is be gentle. They expect a touch that is calming and intentional. Think of it as proactive grooming rather than chaotic ruffling. Long, slow strokes on the chest or under the chin are much more dog-friendly than the classic head pat. By using a soft hand, you are signaling that you are a safe, predictable presence. We also need to understand the rule of quiet, clear signals. If you are teaching a new skill like stay, your dog expects you to be a silent movie star. Use your hand signal and hold your position. If you are constantly repeating stay, 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 while shifting your feet, the dog is getting a wall of noise. Their unspoken rule is, give me a chance to think. They need a few seconds to process the information and decide on their reaction. If we keep shouting instructions, we jam their mental processor. Silence in training is a sign of respect for the dog's intelligence. The rule of the free time is something we often forget. We are so focused on training and walking that we forget to just be with our dogs. Their unspoken rule is, let's just hang out. They expect moments where there are no demands, no commands, and no expectations. Just a quiet afternoon lying in the sun or a slow stroll in the backyard. This unstructured time is where the social glue of the pack is hardened. It tells the dog that they don't have to earn your love through performance. They are valued simply for being. Finally, there is the rule of the advocate. This is the most important unspoken rule of all. Your dog cannot speak for themselves in a human world. They cannot tell the vet they are in pain. They cannot tell the neighbor to stop being so loud. And they cannot tell you that they are afraid of the vacuum cleaner. Their unspoken rule is, I trust you to protect me. They expect you to be their voice. Whether it's managing encounters with other dogs or making sure they have a quiet place to hide during fireworks, you are their only line of defense. When you fulfill this role, the level of absolute trust a dog gives you is the greatest reward in the human canine experience. When we follow these unspoken rules, we stop being owners and start being partners. We move from a relationship based on control to one based on mutual understanding. You'll find that your problem behaviors start to melt away, not because you've mastered a specific training technique, but because you've mastered the social language of your dog. You've become someone your dog can rely on, someone who speaks dog and respects the canine social contract. So, the next time you look at your dog across the room, remember that they are still watching you. They are hoping you'll remember the rule of consistency, the rule of the nose, and the rule of the advocate. They are waiting for you to lead with a soft hand and a calm heart. And when you finally get it, when you finally follow those unspoken rules, you'll see it in their eyes, that look of total unshakable loyalty that says, finally, someone who understands. The journey of understanding your dog's mind is a marathon, not a sprint. Every day is a chance to learn a new unspoken rule from them. Listen to their silences, watch their microsignals, and respect their boundaries. Your dog has been trying to teach you these rules since the day they met you. It's time we finally became the students they deserve. Thank you for caring enough about your dog to want to understand their inner world. It's a place of incredible loyalty, simplicity, and joy. By following their rules, you are making their world 1,000 times safer and happier. And in return, they will give you a level of companionship that is unmatched in the animal kingdom. Stay curious, stay observant, and enjoy every beautiful silent conversation with your best friend. The more you speak dog, the better your life and theirs will become. The bond is there, the rules are clear, and the future of your partnership is wide open. Keep listening, keep learning, and keep being the partner your dog has always known you could be. Our dogs give us their all. The least we can do is learn to follow the rules of the pack. Until next time, enjoy the quiet, consistent joy of your canine companion, and keep uncovering those unspoken rules that make our lives together so incredibly special.